What's up, y'all? It's your boy Niner Faithful. I know everyone is having a legendary day. It's football day, baby. We're finally here. Oh man, I'm trying not to shed a little tear. 17 out of the next 18 weeks, hopefully 20 or 21. We're gonna have Niner football. Baby. All right, we're going to go ahead and get you ready for Niners Steelers. We have inactives out and available. Jason put it in the chat. So we won't have them every day on the pregame because I actually got to leave pretty early to get to the stadiums for home games. So we're going to be doing NFR pregame, probably 10:30, 10 o'clock for 1 o'clock games. So that's 3.5 hours before the game, instead of our normal hour, but we're gonna still give you the best content. So before we get started today, we of course got to remind everybody, help out Niner Faithful Radio by using our shop49ers.com affiliate link. Link is in the description of this video. Go ahead and go to SeatGiant.com. Use the promo code Niner Faithful Radio to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. To see everywhere you can subscribe to the show, go ahead and visit NinerFaithfulRadio.com/subscribe. Follow us on social media. Jason does a bang-up job on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Niner Faithful Radio, and Twitter at Niner Faithful R. And of course, make sure to listen to the end of the show to get your special code for 20% off all season 3 for the Faithful by the Faithful apparel. And as always, go ahead and catch Jason doing the halftime show, and Jamie will be live doing post game later on this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, Faithful of all ages, let's get the show cracking. Oh man, excuse me, y'all. I had to sneeze. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and pop up with inactives right here. No big surprises. I mean, one slight surprise, but not really. I mean, George Kittle and Charvarius Ward are both active, so right off the bat, you automatically have positive news. I mean, this is essentially saying our football team is ready to go. Of course, I'll give my analysis of how I think the game's going to turn out. Big surprise, I think we're going to win. I don't like to go into any game thinking we're going to lose. I feel like that's a shitty attitude to have. Like, how are you going to walk into a football game and like, yeah, we're going to lose today? Like, I don't know, bro. That's not a winning attitude. Like, so that's literally the opposite of a winning attitude. So we have our squad. The squad that we've been talking about all offseason that, I mean, besides maybe teams with Steve and Jerry on it, I think this team has just as good a chance as any other Niner team that has had a legit chance at ending the quest for 6. I mean, you could pick apart individually, position by position, what team is better. But ultimately, I look at our schedule and I picked our record to be 13-4. And even then, I said, I just have a hard time looking on paper, looking at 4 teams that could beat this Niner team when playing our best football and having our full complement of players. What's up, Bryant? Legendary morning. It's football day, baby. Legendary football day to use, fam. So that's LFG, baby. LFG. So we have a full roster. The inactive, so let me just go ahead and read it to you. Brandon Allen, which if he gets into the game, I mean, things have gotten real bad. Nick Sikel, which to me, if you're gonna make Nick Sikel 15-2 were that good, let's see. LFG 49ers. I see David McNiner. Niner football is back, baby. The only football I care about. See, 15-2 would not shock me. I don't think 15-2 would shock me, but I'm just looking at the schedule and I'm saying things are going to happen. You know, Jason and I have discussed in detail. We don't like the 3-week stretch where you go Seahawks, Eagles, and then Seahawks again. You know, those 3 games are going to be huge because realistically, I think the Seahawks are the only team that are going to compete with us for the division. But 15-2, I mean, I like that. So to be Nick Sikel, it's like if you're gonna just keep him inactive, why is he on the roster? I understand, like you know, Manning or whoever else you'd have kept would have, you know, probably been inactive today as well. But I'm sorry, I'm a little sensitive. Kalia Davis, Richard Purdy, Samuel Richard Allen, our extra cash space could find another QB with Richard. We really legitly could. I wonder if that's. I mean, he's not on any list. Maybe they just don't think he's Maybe they just don't think he's ready. D Winners, Jalen Graham. I'm surprised both of them are inactive, to be honest. Braden Willis. Okay, that's not too surprising. And then TDP. So you're officially going with 3 running backs. Richard is the one. You're going CMC, Elijah Mitchell, and Jordan Mason. How long, Brian, David, let me know, how long do you think Elijah Mitchell lasts as the backup this year before he misses some games? Because if I'm TDP, I'm keeping stretched. You know, I'm keeping ready to be in shit next week. I mean, I hope, knock on wood. I want to not make it say like I'm hoping that happens. Look, I hope Elijah Mitchell stays on the field all year. I think with CMC and Elijah Mitchell, I mean 8 games. You think he lasts 8 games? I take that compared to what we normally have. 8 games, and hopefully he's not done for the season. Because I think 8 games, shit, if we get Elijah Mitchell and CMC for 8 games, I think we might go 8-0. Honestly. I really do. And you tell me the rest of the roster is healthy, or at least not missing more than one key offensive piece and any other offensive line. Yeah, I think we could go 8-0 if you have Elijah Mitchell and CMC available for 8 weeks. I believe that's the whole bye, up until the bye, week before the bye, something like that, middle of the season, basically. Yeah, I'm down for that. You think that gets us Jonathan Taylor? I don't think that gets us Jonathan Taylor, bro. So, yeah, we got the inactives. I don't have the slides. I can't find any slides that I like for y'all. Let me do this real quick so I just make sure I can keep on track at least. So, unfortunately, I don't have any of the pregame slides. I'm still working on them and trying to get stuff that looks right. I want to be able to give y'all the best pregame show possible. But I have last year's, so I can go ahead and scroll through the segments we did. And I don't have this day in Niner history. Let me know in the comments. Do y'all like Brian Burns. See, all that cap space. I mean, most cap space in the NFL, 40, what was it, 41.5 million? I know it's at least 40 million. Like, even if we don't, I'm not, if this team doesn't show it needs, like at 19, we clearly need a receiver. We went and traded for Emmanuel Sanders. Last year, running back, and the fact it was, now I want Burns. If you're going to make a splashy trade and not roll over that cash into next year, when, let's be honest, we need it. Who gave us the like? John, thank you for the like, brother. Yeah, I'm swinging for the fences. But yeah, so I mean, if this team doesn't have a particular need like in 19, like in last year, then I'm okay with roll that cap over because honestly, we need it. I mean, I know there's always restructures, but you don't want to restructure too much. And I don't know. We'll get into that in the offseason. I don't even want to start getting. Our offense versus Pittsburgh's defense. See, I honestly think this is what's going to decide the game. Because like Pittsburgh's going to make some points, but honestly, I mean, how many points do we really think they're going to score? I'll tell you right now how many I think they're going to score. I mean, 17 to 20 points is what I give Pittsburgh. So offensively, if we can run the football, that I'm not going to say that makes TJ Watt not effective, but I'm sorry. If we can consistently stay ahead of the change and give CMC the ball, it's only a matter of time before he breaks one. Right? Like, can we all agree to that? Like, it's only a matter, if you give CMC the ball enough times, he's going to break one. He's going to get his. Like, he's just that good. So as long as we're not getting in advantageous situations, I think that we'll be fine. I mean, whatever Patrick Peterson may think, I mean, we'll see. I love Brock's response. There you go, Jason. I see you. So if that's how I'm looking at this game. Okay. Their offense versus our defense. Man, it's so heartbreaking. The last game I had on this was the NFC Championship game. I mean, you're talking about a defense that gave up. So our defense versus their offense. You're talking about a points per game that we gave up of 17.5 last year. It goes back to what I've said a lot during the offseason with Jason and I on the show with Jason is I believe this offense can score, in theory, 18 points. So you have to score. Or okay, I believe this offense can score at least 24 points a game. Easily. What was it, 27 point something last year with Brock? So even if you see a downward tick in points per game, you're going to score essentially 4 touchdowns against the number one D that gave up the fewest touchdowns in the NFL and only 17.5 points a game. What was it? 13 games in a row? Or what was the amount that we didn't allow a touchdown last year? It's like I don't That's the formula. Keep them off the field as well. Keep our defense fresh. Everybody's talking about, you know, how many snaps does Bosa play? How many snaps does Bosa play? Well, if the D ain't on the field that much, he don't have to play a lot of snaps. Okay, so Brock, we were 33 points a game. Okay, so fine. I mean, so fine. You're going to score 5 touchdowns against this defense consistently enough to beat us. I just don't think that happens week after week after week. I mean, how many times does that legitimately happen? How many times is this defense going to give up 35 points? When now, look, I love Bosa. I mean, wasn't able to download the audio, but I got some audio for y'all on Tuesday. I love Bosa, but I mean, he can't be a mid-season form. But I think the way that we keep Nick Bosa the most effective is to keep him off the field all the time. Don't wear him down. Don't make cardio an issue. How do you do that? Run the football. So, I mean, fine. I didn't watch any of Pittsburgh. I didn't watch any of Pittsburgh. So I don't know what they looked like in the preseason. I heard Cody Pickett, 5 drives, 5 touchdowns. Awesome, brother. Might end up being a damn good quarterback. But it takes elite quarterbacks. Think about the quarterbacks that beat this defense last year. Justin Fields in a monsoon game, which, let's be real, 1 play was made. 2 plays. 2 plays. We do have enough money to get anybody we want. 2 plays. Cost us the Bears game last year. You go into Denver. Russell Wilson, which, let's be real, Russell Wilson wasn't Russell Wilson last year. But that game was on the offense. And then Patrick Mahomes. And fine, you could say Marcus Mariota too. But without Nick Bosa, and wasn't like 3, 4, 5 starters we were without that game. So it takes when this D is this D, it takes elite quarterbacks to beat this team. And regardless of what Pickett may be, he is not an elite quarterback. Not yet. So let me see what our next segment would be. Matchup of the game. This one, to me, I really like this one because it's very simple. TJ Watt wrecks our game plan offensively. Steelers are probably going to win. If we just simply can't do anything on offense because Colt McKivitz, TJ Watt is wrecking this game. Yeah, I shouldn't say Steelers probably win the game. That's the best chance. I mean, defensively, we could get some pick sixes. I mean, some things can happen. Short fields. But yeah, I mean, TJ, if Colton McKivitz limits TJ Watt, I won't say shut down because I believe he'll have his plays. But if he can shut down TJ Watt, limit TJ Watt, then I don't really see how they win this ball game. If we're allowed to do what we need to do offensively, and the D plays like we think the D will play, Yeah. I don't really see how we lose this ball game. I mean, let me know in the comments. But I think it's going to take, just the way I feel about it, it's going to take some Niner mistakes. We were I think it's 15-0 when we won the turnover battle last year. 0-5 when we lost it. There you go. Player to watch. I'm gonna give it to Brock. I really want to see, because this season is a big part of this season is hinging on Brock Purdy, and we made a big investment in the sense of trading Trey Lance, which you could argue that's not necessarily so much of what Brock looked like, but maybe some of what Trey looked like, and other factors there. But I know there's a lot of people out there ready for, it to strike midnight and then the Cinderella story to be over. But this is what I love about football. You have the opportunity to prove that you have either narrative. I mean, he has an opportunity to prove what he is, and we'll start to see it. So I love it. Do I believe that Brock's the one? I mean, what's your definition of the one? Do I think we can win a championship with Brock Purdy? Yes. In the sense, do I believe Brock Purdy could win the Super Bowl as an individual game? Yes, I do. I believe there's any individual game Brock Purdy can win. Now, can he do it over 21 weeks? We shall see. That's the exciting part about it. We can stop talking about it, stop guessing about it, and we get to find out. I love it. We're not going to do a day in this day in Niner history. We got 4 keys to victory. I think these 4 keys are very easy. Don't turn the ball over. Key number 1. 15-0 when we didn't turn the ball over. 0-5 when we did. Pretty self-explanatory. I don't think I need to say much else. Best way to lose a football game on the road in a hostile environment with a good football team is to turn the ball over. Defense, special teams, and run games, that's what they tell you to bring on the road. Key number 2, mistakes. That's another thing. Turnovers, mistakes, false starts. I mean, mental mistakes are going to happen. You're going to grab a jersey. You're going to accidentally grab a face mask. I mean, shit happens. What we can't have is mental mistakes, false starts, delay of games, illegal motion, illegal formation, those type of things that line up off sides, those type of things that I feel like there should be no excuse for, because you've practiced this. Yeah, that's not happening. You know what? I wish it kind of would. Not like I wish it would, but like that would be dope. I just don't think it would happen. It would have to be a situation like it was last year in the NFC Championship. Had we won that game, where basically we would have had to call in somebody off the streets. I think that's the scenario it happens in. Key number 3, run the football. This is a team that wants to run the football. Run game, defense, special teams. I feel that all 3 of those could be key 3 to win this ball game. And last but not least, key number 4, have fun. Relax. But at the end of the day, realize it's football. It's the game you've been playing. You know, it's hyped. It's week one. You know, adrenaline's going to be flowing. You know, use that emotion. Let it fuel you, but don't let it overtake you. Do that. I think we're going to get this done. I got it 27-17 Niners. I think a nice 10-point victory on the road we'd all be happy with, especially considering week one. All right, everybody. Yeah, that's a discussion for a different day. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, y'all. Get ready for this game. I shall see y'all Tuesday for Niner Faithful Review. Make sure to catch Jason at halftime and Jamie at post game. Shall see y'all Tuesday. Till then, always remember faith, love, and happiness. Go Niners. Let's get this done, baby.